Then you have the extended or extended with grain door. I'd take the standard. I don't think I need extended. I don't really have the tractors that can do extended without struggling. Okay, that got done. Dude. Okay, brakes are on. Done. Missed a little bit there. Anyway, let's get this thing filled up. Don't know if it'll all go in one car. It definitely will fit in these silo loads. That's a good thing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this week we actually have nothing we need to go out for today. Graduation party was yesterday, which caught a few people out. But, I can actually spend the afternoon sitting on the floor in the basement and possibly get a sizable amount of cabling done, so I can power the tracks on the railway. I've still got to get down there with some help and set up. I want to 4 switch motors, just so that the tracks won't shift while trains are driving over them. I took the spring out, so taking the spring out frees the switch blades, and then trains will just run through and derail if the switch blades are precisely in the right position. But if you put a point motor in, that performs the same job as the springs do. Therefore, we'll end up with tracks that are safe to drive trains on. And if I can get all the tracks wired up, we can start looking at getting a train running and laying the rest of the track. Once the rest of the track's laid, then we can get 2 trains running. At the moment, I only have 2 trains that are set up to run down there at the moment. Because I haven't checked the rest. That's not a big deal. That won't take me long. Well, it will take me long, because I have to buy the chips, and they're not exactly cheap. I also watched, a couple of weeks ago, I watched a couple couple of videos of railway modelers doing motorized turntables. And up until now, most people have an electric motor on the turntable spindle and will use an old DC controller that they have left over lying around in a box somewhere, or ideas to that effect, or a 9-volt battery, or a direct current supply. Direct current supply doesn't work particularly well normally, but then you have either a push button to activate the motor and it will always turn the same direction, or you use the power controller and forward and reverse settings to run the rotation, but don't run it too fast because you could end up with trains coming off the track, which would be a bad thing, or at least off the turntable. But I've been watching this week, or a couple of weeks ago, people were getting a normal DCC locomotive decoder and just wiring that into the circuit. So you can turn a train using some form of cab control that you're using to control the engines as well. You can set it with a limited speed. The biggest issue is getting all the tracks to line up when you turn a train, because obviously if they're not lined up, trains fall off. But there's probably ways around that. I think most of the ones I've seen have a cut-off, so you can push a button, it'll start rotating, and then when it hits the isolating section it stops precisely on the exit track. But then if you've got multiple tracks, you have to push the button to get it to move to the next one, push the button to get it to move to the next one. How are we doing? Oh, we're nearly full again. I think we'll get this one done. Rest of the field, yeah. Not sure I have the capacity. Actually, I don't know that I have the capacity to do this row either. Stop. Okay, I think we have more than enough room in here. To fill this up. Well, it won't be full. I do this. Turn that off there. Just turn that on and see. Watch out. Coming up on 10 o'clock real time. hoeing nearly done. Okay, we're empty. Okay, we have 4 rows to do. Okay. And actually we don't have 4 rows to do, because that end row isn't much of a row at all. Unfortunately, we don't have the capacity for everything we harvest right now. Kind of okay getting this lot done. We can transfer this over to the yard and then bring what's in the grain cart over. And 87% of the hoeing is done. 88. Okay, that can be the plan. So as soon as this is done, we'll get the cultivator hitched on the back of the TTV Series 6 and get that ploughing or cultivating this field. We may not plant it, but we'll get it to the point that ready to plant. Okay, that's the end of that row. Possibly. I don't know if we'll get that small field also into the silos that we have. I'm thinking I could get 2 more extensions. That'll give us 32,000 litres of capacity, and then everything else can go in. We'll just sell it right off the field. I could stick it on the floor in one of the sheds. The problem with that is I don't have a bucket to scoop it off the floor. Okay, there's our header trailer. This is a little bit off center. Yeah. Put that down. I think I can fit around this tree. I think I don't actually have to fit around this tree. so far since Farm Sim 17 and header trailers. From what I remember, they put the auto-load header trailer into the class expansion that we got in Farm Sim 19, maybe? This is going to be awkward. Yeah. And I am having this issue because rear wheel steer. And I think I have managed to get this well and truly stuck. Did manage to leap over the hedge though, so that's a good start. Okay. Now, theory. This is probably going to be an issue. Just saying. Yeah, I cannot get at that trailer at all. Good job. And also can't get out on the harvester, so let's address that issue first. Okay. On the harvester, run around the back. Now in theory, you should just be able to do that should actually be a thing you can do. Without too much in the way of super strength, because anybody can. Yeah, I've wheeled a caravan because it's on its wheels. You just have to guide it. Of course, you go somewhere too steep and it's going to run away from you. Anyway, let's get this in through there. Is fine for now. Now we're 30% full. I'm gonna think I can possibly get round the headland here, but not gonna do that this minute. This guy. Take you back to. Oh, hoeing's nearly done. Awesome. So we'll be able to get paid for that, which will put us 50, 60, 75,000. Is a good number to have. We just paid him. Okay. So, see if we can do this a little bit better than last time. There you go. Okay, that's not working, so try and get that straight as we can. And then that up to there. Yes. Awesomeness. Okay, I will get out. We will watch it happen. Okay. Should put us up 47. Okay. Is actually, it occurs to me, I could put sides on this and use this for grain. That's 14,000 litres. That's 21,000 litres. Huh. Cost me 4,000 to do that to that one. But considering the size of this trailer and the size of that trailer, don't necessarily need that one. I'm going to leave the tractor here. Oh, we just hit a leasing cost charge. Yeah, forgot about that. That's going to get pricey in here sometimes. And you are done. You can go home. You can fold that up like that. And we'll drive off this field onto the track. There we go. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. We'll go and find this one. Is that a cultivator back there? Sure looks good. Says it's a cultivator. I will take its word for it. So, I'm not too bothered. Well, actually, let's get this thing started. And then maybe, just maybe, let's see if there's another contract to do. What's the state of this field? Why is watered a thing? Why is watered a thing? Okay, needs rolling, mulched. Oh, it was mulched. And unfortunately, it now needs lime. Okay. I can cultivate it now. We'll come back later and spread lime all over it. How about that for a thing? For now, this young lady can take the cultivator out and get this field turned over. And we get back in here, actually. Completed. 18,000. Collect. Indeed.